In this demo, I'm going to look at how to create a flyer for marketing your course or your event. If you don't have the template that I'm going to be using now, then you can send an email to aolsamarketing@gmail.com. Alternatively, if you're not comfortable using Canva, you can ask AOL Marketing SA to create one for us. If you are new to Canva, there's a playlist that you can watch, which is recommended. I'm just going to do a very basic demonstration for the purposes of this training. So if I look at the playlist on YouTube, this takes me new to Canva, get started with Canva, and it takes me through the essentials, navigating, customizing templates, and editing photos, uploading your own photos, etc. So basically, all of the other questions that you might have related to creating flyers using Canva will be covered in this tutorial here. I'm going to create now. Okay, so I need to go and look at where is my template. So this is the template that's been shared by the AOL SA marketing team. I'm going to open up the happiness program or any of these other links I can click on. So if I click on the link, it's going to open up the template in Canva. It's important for me to have a Canva account, and that's explained to you in the tutorial as well. I'm currently logged into Canva, so I can see there's my profile here. If you do not have a profile, now Canva, there's a free version and there's a paid version. To get the premium features, you can use the paid version. Otherwise, you can use the free version. To edit these templates, you don't need the paid version, and I'll demonstrate how to use it. Instructions, always make a copy. Now on the top right here, you can see this is a copy of HP. It's not the original template. Instructions, all you need to do is, they tell you not to move anything out of place. So if you wanted to know about the more advanced editing, then you go into this playlist and then you watch the relative video here, and that will tell you how to make more advanced changes. Now, the common task that we're going to do is, if I'm doing a happiness program, if it's a 3-day with my name. So for the purposes of this demo, I'm going to be computing cow. I'll enter the dates of my course. And then this is going to be from, what is the date today? 18 December, 18 to 3 days, 18, 19, 20. December 2024. I'll enter the start time. So I'm just double clicking in each of them. And then I'm going to just change the times here. So on Friday, I'll enter the times. And then these elements here is what they were talking about. Don't move any of these out of place. Otherwise, the flyer will not look so good. Okay. Now, another suggestion before you start editing anything here is to click on the template that you're using here, and then you can click on duplicate this one. So I'm going to duplicate the page, or Control or Command D, right? And now there's the original one here, and there's my copy here. So if I make any mistakes, I can always go back to the original. Okay, so I'm going to edit the copy now. Common tasks that I might want to do. Now, my program ID, I just went and created a course. It's 5266. I'm going to go in here and I'm going to enter my program ID, 5266. And then I'm ready with my flyer now. if I wanted to make some changes, the changes that I can make that's not too complicated is I can right click here and I can say detach the image from the background, and I can change this image. So on the left-hand side here, I can click on photos, and then I can go in and type a different type of photo. So I want a South African that's breathing or doing breath work. And I press enter. And there it comes up with a couple of South Africans that's doing breath work. Now you can see I'm using a paid for version, which is the Pro Edition. So if it has a crown like this, it means it's a Pro picture. If it doesn't have the crown, then it is a version that you can use. So if I click on the free picture, I can then now I'm going to move that, and I'm just going to click on this one, and then you'll see there's a floating menu that appears here. I'll click on delete. And for this one that I've just chosen now, I'm going to right click and I'm going to say set as background image. So I've changed the background image. Now the person's face is blocked. So I can detach it here. I can make some changes. So for example, here I can choose to flip this image. I don't want it to be on the left-hand side. On the top here, whatever is selected, there's a floating menu that tells you what you can do. So I'm going to click on flip horizontally. Now she's on this side of the picture, and then I'm going to say set as background image, and that looks much better. So I've just shown you now how to manipulate an image. Other manipulations, let's just make a copy of this one. I'm going to duplicate the page again, and I'm going to add another picture. Let's choose this one here, and I say replace the background. Okay, so that looks pretty good. I'm going to make another copy, duplicate the page. Okay, now let's say, for example, I wanted to upload a picture of myself. Okay, so where would I go? I will go on the left-hand side here to uploads, and then I will say, okay, upload files from where? From my computer. Now you'll see there on the left-hand side, you could have chosen Dropbox, Google Drive, Box account, etc. I'm going to go onto my computer. In my case, I'm using a Mac. So I'm going to look for a picture of myself. So there's a passport picture of myself. But I don't want this one. I wanted another picture. Okay. But for the demo, this is fine. I'll open the picture. You can see it's busy uploading on the left-hand side here. Okay, so if I go to my uploads, I can see there's a couple of pictures of myself. So I'm going to click on the picture that I've just uploaded, and then I can right-click and I can say replace background, right? But this doesn't look so good, so I'm going to detach the picture. I'm going to go on the left-hand side. I'm going to click on elements. I'm going to look for, if I scroll down, there's a number of different frames that I can use here. I'm going to choose a circle, and I'm going to take my picture and I'm going to drag it into the circle. And now you can see it's framed a picture of myself. Now, this looks a bit naked, so I'm going to go and put in another picture. I'm going to search under photos, and I want something, let's see what it says for happiness program. Okay, I want a scenery. So I want a happiness scenery. So something that that I can put in the background. So I can choose one of these, or I can also go here on the top, click on filter, and I want it to be one of these, something that's close to these kind of colors. So I'll click on yellow, and let's see what it's giving me. It's giving me a couple of pictures here, but these include people. Maybe a field like this might work. Okay, so happiness scenery is too vague. Garden or nature, uh, yoga. I'm putting in a couple of keywords there. Okay, so maybe I want to choose this one here, and then let me right click on it and say set as background image. And now I can see that there's a background image there, and I can see there's a picture of myself. And I've now added a picture to my flyer. Right. So we've given you a couple of quick options on how to modify this poster or template, typing in all of your different details, not changing any of the elements, changing the background, resizing it, flipping it, and then also inserting a picture of yourself if required. Now the background doesn't look so good here, so I'm going to click on this and I'm going to remove this background. Now this is a paid for version, so it allows me to do something like that, and that looks much better now. As I said, you can always ask AOL Marketing to add all of these features for you to customize these templates. Now that I've got my flyer ready, I need to click on the top right here, share, and I'm going to click on download. What am I going to download? Select the pages. I'm not going to select all of the pages. I'm going to click on the drop down. I'm going to deselect all of the pages, and I'm going to select the current page. So only this image here is going to be downloaded. I'll click on done. The easiest format to share is if I click on the drop down here, you can see I can export it as a JPEG, PNG, PDF, etc. I'm going to choose the first one, JPEG. I'm not going to make any other changes, and I'm going to click on download. It's going to store it in, it's asking me where do I want to store this and what must it be called. So I'm going to type in, this is HP Flyer. Suben is doing the course. When is it? It's on the 18th of December 24. Okay, and it's going to be stored in my downloads folder. So I need to be very specific so I know what exactly the file contains. HP Fly for Suben from 18th of December. And I'm going to click on Save. So if I go to my downloads folder, there's the file that has been created. Okay, there's the flyer that I can use to WhatsApp or put on social media, etc., or email. Now, I'm going to send this flyer to myself with the link. I'm going to go in, I'm going to copy this link, copy the link, or I could have clicked here, copy link. I'm going to send myself a WhatsApp. So I'm going to look for Suben. I'll attach the picture that I've just created. There's the flyer that I just created. And I'll say open. And then here, I'm going to paste the link for people to register. And then I click on forward. So there's a flyer that has been created for my course, and there's the course link. Someone can click on it. It's going to open the course on harmony. So I clicked on the link. Now it should open it up for me to go ahead and register. It's just taking some time. Okay, so in this demo, basically, okay, it still needs to get registered on the system. It takes 15 minutes for that to happen. Just a quick recap on what we did in this demo. We created a flyer for ourselves. We spoke about AOL marketing. We said you could watch a Canva playlist to get familiar with using the Canva application. And then this is the demo that I'm going to be placing in this link. What did I do? I went into Canva. Before I did that, I went into my Finder and I opened up the PDF flyer. From the PDF flyer, I click on the link. It opened in Google Chrome. I used the template for a new design. I then went ahead and clicked on Happiness Program. I went and modified the teachers' names, just double clicking in the block and then making modifications. I entered the program ID. I changed the background image. I went on the left-hand side here, photos, and I'm looking for, I type in here the type of poster that I'm looking for. Happiness Program South Africa. So there's one there. I just clicked on the picture and I right-clicked and I said, replace the background. Now this one, the person's picture is blocked. I could detach it and I can resize the image. So maybe if I zoomed in or changed it in some way, and then I said set as background image, it moved the person more to the left. So I need to do it the opposite way around. So I'll just play around with this, detach the image, and then move that around and set as background image. Let's see what it does. Yes, it is generally moving the person more to the right. And then we said I could go to the Canva playlist here. This shows me how to do the image manipulation, uploading of the images, etc. So once I've done that, other recommendations that we made, make a copy before you do any of the editing. So I can just simply right-click, duplicate the page, and then I make the changes on the page. In case I make a mistake, I can always go back. For example, they told me not to edit these elements. And by mistake, I went and deleted this, or I deleted this, or I moved something around, and this. So basically, I've made a mess of my poster. Okay. So if I've made any of these mistakes, quickest way to go back is simply, I could go Control or Command Z to undo the changes. Okay. But if there's something that I cannot undo, for example, then I've got a backup copy that I can go back to. Okay, so that concludes this demo on how to create and then how to download a copy of the flyer to make it available on WhatsApp or on social media.